All right. Hey, everybody. This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. And today we're coming to you guys again, and we are live. Okay. Wait, I got to close the door. All right. So we got 7 people in here. If you guys are ready, put something in the chat and we'll see what we got. I don't know. They got a different kind of chat in here. Let's see. Yes. Nope, that's all good. Okay, so we'll leave it there. So we'll leave it with this. Okay, we got Iris Steffens in here first. Mr. Slow Stroker, I haven't seen you in a while. That's good stuff. All right, so we got 20 people in here now. All right, this is looking good. Now, if you guys remember, just put in here where you're from. I love to see where people are coming in from around the world, so go ahead and do that. Now, don't be afraid to say anything or ask anything today. I can't be on here long because we have to go pretty soon here, but I thought I would get on because I missed the last couple because I started a diabetes course. The diabetes course did pretty well, and we got people in there, one of which, Cheryl, who actually did a really good job as far as following directions, and she got the results that she wanted. So that's what I'm talking about. And we're talking about 2 weeks, and she almost had all of her diabetic symptoms gone. And that was the tingling, that was the partial blindness or the blurry vision. I mean, like swelling of the limbs, that kind of stuff. 2 weeks. And she was almost over the whole thing. Now, she's still in the course, so I have no doubt she's going to get the thing that she wanted, which is to go down that road, and at the end, no diabetes, okay? So hopefully you guys are doing it. So let's see where everybody is clocking in from. Let's see. I hate that. Scratch that. I said clocking in. I don't believe in the status quo. I don't like people who are working jobs because I know most of you hate them. So let's say this. Who's checking in? All right. How about this? We got the Bahamas over here. Bootleg. Wait a minute. It says Boodle. All right. It's 25. Yes. All right. We got Heartland, Texas. Look at this. We have Chicago in the house. Jacoby, New York. We have South Florida. We got Macomb, Michigan. We got Miami. We got Delaware. We got Las Vegas. Okay. Amina is out here in the desert with me. All right. Very nice. Okay. We're from Oakland. All right. So we got some Raiders fans up in here. Maybe not. Maybe you are. I don't know. Every time I think Oakland, I just think the Raiders. Okay. But the Raiders are actually coming to Las Vegas. Oh my goodness. All right. So I know nobody wanted to see the team leave. Unfortunately, we didn't have anything to do with it. Don't hate us. Okay. But we are getting a football team here after the Golden Knights has made this into a sports town. Okay. So let's go ahead here. It says Jamal here. Okay, good stuff. So we got Jamal and we got a good group of people in here. I know I'm on here a little early. Some people might still be at work. However, what we're going to do is get right to it. Now, as far as the topic for today, it says here right on my board, it says your doctor may turn his back, but I won't. And this is the only reason I say that. And that's why we got this topic. Frenchie, I see you. The reason for this topic is because I have just talked to 10 people in a row where if they had done the tests and instead of just sending them home, instead of just sticking them on medication, if they had just been a little bit more caring and just did a little bit, just went the extra mile to just say, okay, well, I don't think it's this, but let's do a test and confirm that it is. I have just talked to 10 people in a row who all were sent home and their condition got worse. Now, most of these were students, okay, and they are giving me their firsthand accounts at the doctor's offices, and I'm just thinking to myself, what the hell is happening out here in society to where you can't get a healthcare professional to do healthcare? I mean, it amazes me that people want to go to the hospital anyway, because for any metabolic condition, you're not going to get a response. And 3 of these conditions were, 3 were severe, 2 were with children. And the child actually ended up having to have a huge surgery that saved his life. Yeah, I mean, and you just another doctor had to figure that out because you couldn't in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. I know people in my family who were sent home, and if they had not gotten a second or third opinion, they would be dead right now. So that's why I keep telling you guys, Take care of yourselves. All right. Worry about your own health. Question everything so that you don't run into these people in white coats, butchers, okay, because that's what butchers wear too. But these doctors out here who think they know everything because they've gone through school. Guys, do not, women, ladies and gentlemen, do not fall for this bull, okay? Just because somebody went to school for a long time doesn't mean they learned anything. All it means is that they went to school for a long time. Some of you might say, well, they had to graduate and pass in order to. It's not real world. Just like when you go into a college and you learn history, they're telling you about shit that happened, but will you actually get what you need as far as the experience of what happened in a war, what happened in taking over a country, what really happened? All right. So in most history books, slavery is phased out of the history book as if it didn't happen, like that wasn't a major part, like that wasn't the thing that actually helped America become great. However, it is, and somehow we just gloss over that. So please don't give me that crap about they've been in school a long time. You can get by in school, especially if you're somebody's nephew, especially if you're somebody's son, especially if you got connections in college. You never have to do as much work as the people who are really busting it and getting in there. Now, second of all, doctors should never go to college. They should be right out there in the field, learning terminology on the job and doing the out in the field on the job. I have lost all of my credit giving credit to college institutions. They're worthless. Okay. If you guys believe that there's some value left in college, if you guys think that going to college and actually getting an education as far as not anything that you want to do that's like, I would say immediately you can benefit from, like a 7-month, a 9-month course. That's good. You're not going to pay much money. You're not going to be in debt. But if you're going to go to school and you're going to put yourself into $200,000 worth of debt, the average, then guess what happens? You're going to pay all that money for some information that's outdated that you could have found on Google for free and learned in less time. That's what I believe about college. That goes for lawyers. That goes for doctors. They don't need no damn college. What they need to do is practice on the job. That's how anybody gets good at anything. That's why they have a doctor do a 3 to 6 year residency, especially after college, after they have graduated. Did you know that? Okay. Yeah, they're going to school. A surgeon goes to school for 14 years. You got to go 3 years regular residency, and then you got to go 3 more years for surgical residency. And there's still, you still have to practice as you go. So when you guys are actually thinking about this, I want you to think about this real hard when you're actually trying to give credit to people just because they've been in school a long time. Most of the stuff that I know about the human body right now, I didn't learn in school. Nothing. All right. I could not have cured a person of diabetes while I was in college. I could not have cured a person of cancer while I was in college. I could not have gotten rid of anybody's psoriasis in college. I could not have stopped, what's the other autoimmune, rheumatoid arthritis. I couldn't have gotten rid of that in college, but now I can. But none of that skill came from inside the classroom. You see, I had a yearning to be skilled and versed as a medical professional, and it didn't have to be a doctor. I just wanted to help people, and I knew I wanted to do it in a medical way. Now I do that, but am I a doctor? No. All right. Am I practicing medicine? No, because I don't prescribe or recommend medications. I don't attempt to do any surgeries. All I can do is find out how your body works, and then I know how it works. I know what enzymes, hormones are being released, and I know what hormone works in what body part. Therefore, I know what supplement to take to fix that body part and the coenzymes that go along with it. That's what it takes to be a medical professional. You just have to be curious. You have to be willing to go the extra mile for somebody. That's what I like to do. See, it's not that I have to do it. It's I love to do it. I love learning about the human body. I love figuring out stuff. I love trying it on myself, and I love when it gets rid of somebody else's disease. That's what this is all about. So now that I'm done with my rant, let's see if we can get some questions here. All right. So it says here, we got Frenchie in here. We got brother D Nubian. All right. I love it. I love it. Ira says exactly. June Robinson. Love it. All right. Heck yeah. Okay. Trade schools are better than college and cheaper. What? All right. So I didn't say, well, I could say better because I like hands-on better than theory. You see, I don't give a damn if you go to Harvard. If you go to ITT Mechanical and you learn about fixing cars and you go to Harvard and you get a Harvard degree, the only reason that a Harvard degree is accepted more than even the mechanics degree from the small, what do they call them, community college, is because they have a reputation backed up by founders. And it's not that you have skill, it's that you have a reputation. And that's what you're working off of. I don't want to build a reputation just because for the sake of having a reputation. I want to build a reputation because I do good work. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't give a damn about anything else as far as pieces of paper and all that stuff. Let me give you an off example. Let me go off on a tangent here. I'm a married man. All right. You guys see the ring. Yes. Now, when I'm a married man, and that means that I love my wife. All right. I'll do anything for my wife, that up to and including giving my life. That's why I put this ring on. Now, when I show my wife that I love her, I don't walk by her a day without giving her a kiss, without wrapping my arms around her, without hugging her. However, does a piece of paper make me do that? Nope. All right. I got married because she wanted to get married. And I don't care about marriage, but I care about her. All right. So that's the whole difference between this. Okay. If it makes her feel better, I would love to do it because she's the wife. She's my wife. She's the woman I love. And that's what I'm going to do for her to make sure that she feels like she's needed and wanted. I feel like I'm validated in giving her that love. And that's how we work out. Same thing when you talk to a doctor. I don't care about their piece of paper. I care, do they ask me the right questions? Are they qualified to then work on me? All right. And I don't mean by degree. I mean, have you done enough of these surgeries in real life so that I know that you know how to do this correctly? See, the system makes you go to school, but if you didn't have to go to school, how would you learn? You would just do hands-on. You would learn the terminology as you went. You would know every single condition. You would have seen every single thing, and you would be able to respond to every single thing. That's what I want to do. And that's what I do, but I don't use surgery and medication to do it. I use supplements and food to do it. And that's a much better way because your body is physiologically accepting of it. Okay, so there you go. Okay, and so we got more. All right, be your own doctor. All right, Cynthia, I love it. Cynthia, I got your email. I did not mean to ignore you. Okay, I've been working with these the diabetic people who are in my course, and I'm kind of backed up right now. I'm only one person. I'm trying to get me an assistant, but Cynthia, I have not forgot about you. I keep looking at your email. I looked at it yesterday. So don't forget, I have not forgot about you. Okay, Cynthia. All right, I do want to talk to you, and I got your phone number. Okay. So it says here, school doesn't mean they care. That's right. All right. I love it. They never get to the root cause. Never. Okay. Cynthia, she's picked it up. All right. So when you guys, that's one of the main points I want you guys to get to in order to make you realize you have to question, you have to do your own research. Because just because somebody's wearing a white coat and they went to school for 12 years doesn't mean they know a damn thing about the body. It doesn't. All right. I have seen doctors actually tell a woman that she had abdominal pain, she was nausea, vomiting, headaches, and stuff like that, and told her it might be an abdominal tumor. She was pregnant. Now, all you had to do to find that out was to do a blood test. And you would have found all of that progesterone in her blood, and boom, you would have had your answer. However, what happens now, she's taking tumor medication and possibly pain medication, which she has a growing fetus in there, in which those medications would specifically destroy cartilage production. And what is the baby made mostly out of? Cartilage. All right, so I know. See, we got stuff going on. T-Love in the house. Look at this. Okay. Benjamin, I like this. Benjamin, bring it out. Bring it out. Get it right the first time. That's right. That's right. I love it. So David Polton back in the house. I have a red blood dot on my eye, and it hasn't cleared up in 4 days. Was at the water park that day, and I noticed. Okay, now as far as the blood clot, don't worry about it. You say it only 4 days. Sometimes in your eye tissue, because it's so sensitive, and the lymphatic system doesn't run through your eye as prolifically as your cardiovascular system does. It'll take a little while to get the clot out of there. So just give it time. All right. In the meantime, vitamin A and beta carotene to keep the eyes healthy so that can happen a little bit faster. 4 days is not a lot of time for the eye. You need to give it about 2 weeks. If it doesn't disappear then you can worry a little bit. But until then, I wouldn't worry about it. Okay. So not too much. Now, I'm not going to pull the doctor move on you here. and let you go away on your own. If you feel like this clot is it painful? All right, is it making a difference? Is it messing with your vision? If any of that is true, always use the non-medicated eye drops just to lubricate the eyes, to keep the circulation going, so that when you blink, you don't start scratching or drying out the eye, and then you have more neovascularizations growing in there, or your eye turns jet red. Okay, so just a little eye care, just to lubricate them. That's it. Okay, so here we go. He said I had vertigo and hated it. So the spinning sensation, yes, that usually happens when you have liths or otoliths that are floating around in your endolymph in your ears. So if one side has it and the other side doesn't, you get an imbalance in the brain, and those signals read on one side and not on the other. And guess what? It causes a sensation to the person. So I understand that you can actually do head orientation exercises in order to make that happen. I'm not lying down, so I couldn't make this work for you. But look on YouTube, and they'll show you how to get rid of otoliths in they're called semicircular canals. So if you haven't gotten rid of it already, if you have, don't worry about it. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, we got another one. Okay, I see it. Wait a minute. I skipped one. I'm going back up. All right. Somebody said, okay, herpes care. Now, when you're talking about herpes is something that gets into your body and it stays. Okay, you're not going to get rid of it. It assimilates with your blood, almost like an antigen does. Okay, most people don't know that when you say you have A-type blood, B-type blood, you have Rh factor on your blood, you're saying that antigens are living on your blood. Same thing with herpes. It's going to incorporate into your blood and tissues, and you will not be able to get rid of it. Just like we have herpes already. If you have chicken pox, you have herpes. Just depending on what kind of herpes it is. If you have herpes zoster, that's the kind you get with chickenpox. You always have it. And more than likely, because you built an immunity to it, it'll never display itself. The same thing with herpes simplex. You can take care of yourself to the point where it never shows again. So that doesn't make a difference. However, because most people eat at Cane's Chicken, because you eat at McDonald's, because you eat at Carl's Jr., Papa John's, Domino's, all right? You're eating at Quiznos and having all those carbs. Subway, you love these places and you go out to them and you eat. Well, when you eat stuff like that out on the town, you're eating processed food. That will break down your system, break down your tissues, and therefore, whenever something enters your blood, like herpes, then guess what? It has a horrible effect and it exhibits itself. Herpes is the only infection in your body where if you can see the rashes from the herpes, it's extremely and highly contagious to another person. However, if you look at herpes and you realize that there are no outbreaks on your body, you don't exhibit it anywhere, you don't feel any pain, you don't have them internally, nothing, that means that you have it, but it's almost impossible to give it to another person. So herpes is unique in that way. Okay, so just a little information on that. So Brother D Nubian, all right, look at this. He said avocados. All right, we're helping people out. As a matter of fact, I just received some avocados from my people from Dr. Vitamin Solutions. I would like to say thank you guys, because they're the ones who gave me or recommended for me those natural, very good products that I was actually talking about in another video. If you guys did not see, okay, you guys will notice that I am 43 years old and my goatee is completely black. Okay, so I got a few. I think I got a gray under there one. Okay, but most of it has turned back black, and I'm loving it. Why did I do that? Well, that was this thing. This is what I was taking. All right, this is like my fourth bottle. I'm stuck on the stuff. So that was the first one, and then they also gave me this one, and I've been using this to cleanse my internal cells. Now, here's the thing that happened with glutathione. When I took this one, okay, the glutathione, when I took this particular supplement, it's to cleanse. It's what your body makes in order to flush toxins out of your body. So if you take it liposomal, like you put a squirt under your tongue, you're supposed to hold it there for 30 seconds. I'm talking, so I can't do it. All right, now, when you put a squirt under your tongue, what I didn't notice is that when you cleanse, you're cleansing your fat cells. When you poison out of your fat cells, they no longer have a thick cell membrane wall around them anymore, and therefore you can burn the fat. So indirectly, it helped with weight loss, because I did notice I did have a little junk food. I will admit that. Okay, I did have a little junk food, and when I did, guess what happened? I didn't gain any weight when I ate the junk food. Now, take this. Now, let's get this. I was working out the whole time. So I did notice that I will gain weight. Even when I'm working out, if I eat a whole bunch of bread, a whole bunch of pizza, a whole bunch of cookies, that kind of stuff, I notice I will gain weight. However, and I notice it right at the bottom of my stomach, okay, right where it hangs over the belt. I hate it. All right. But now it looks pretty good. And I have to give credit to this because when you flush those toxins out of your fat cells, now you can see your abs, and boom, you guys will see that's how. Now, I really do have somewhat of a six-pack under here, okay? But you can see if I pull my shirt tight, you can see my back goes in at the back there. I have a little case of lordosis, meaning my spine pushes in a little bit at the bottom. Always have had it. But that means that my abdomen pushes forward, and therefore it looks like, even when I pull my shirt down, you'll see it looks like I have a little bit of a gut there, when actually that's my abs being pushed forward by my spine. Okay, so now nothing wrong with that. It's not going to mess with anything. You can see my shoulders are even and everything. I don't have scoliosis. I have lordosis, meaning my lower back just pushes in just a little bit. All right, so good enough. Now, Frenchie asks, does the saline wash clean your cells out? Now, no, the saline wash is only for your colon. If you want to clean your cells out, you get something called the Gaia Supreme Cleanse, and that cleanses out your liver and your tissues. That cleanses your cells out, okay? Not the saline wash. That's just for the colon. And we do the saline wash because it's top to bottom. You don't have to squirt anything up your anus. However, with the coffee enema, if we're trying to really flush and clean the liver so it can do its 500 jobs for your body, including making your clotting factors, including making your white blood cells, including making bile and processing it for your liver, that kind of stuff. If that's going to be the case, then I would say the coffee enema, I never mind shooting that up my anus because it works. Okay, that works. It's hardcore cleanse of the liver. Okay, so love it. Love it. Happy birthday, brother D Nubian. Well, happy birthday. All right. I didn't even see that in the chat. So good somebody pointed out. I just turned 51. Oh my goodness. He's over the half-century mark. Okay. Now, I know some people will make jokes right now, but I'm going to tell you this, D Nubian. It's all uphill from here. Now, if you look at it from my perspective, I plan on living to 120 years old easily. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is take care of myself, but I don't think that's enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to incorporate or find some methods to where I can reverse the aging process to where it easily turns out that when I'm 100, I look like I'm 75 years old and I'm still doing everything I want to do and taking care of myself. I'm wiping my own butt. I'm taking my own baths and showers, and I'm not living in a nursing home. Don't want no part of that. Okay. But what I want to tell you is if I plan on living to 120, that means that at right now, 43, I'm only a third of the way through my life. When most people think when they hit 40, you are halfway to death. Okay, I'm not living till 80 years old. I'm not going to kick the bucket at 89. All right, now, barring some unforeseen accident or traffic or whatever, that's different. But as far as dying of old age, I don't plan on going out at 80, 89 years old. The average for the average American is 79.6. So that's less than 80. So if you're at 39 and a half, 39.3, that means when you hit 39 and a half years old, you're halfway to death, according to most Americans. I don't want to see that happen to anybody listening to this channel because you guys are far and above. You know, I'm preaching to the choir here. You all know this. And I hope that you've jacked up your standards as far as wanting to live, not to be old, but to live a long time and have an abundant, energy-filled life where you can do whatever you want. You're still working if you want to. You're retired if you want to, but doing what you want to do with your life. Okay, so that's good. Now, I know some of you are like, my retirement ain't going to last that long. So, yes, it will. Okay, they'll pay you as long as you're alive. So stay alive as long as you can, especially if you got a good pension. Okay, what do we got? It says, Amina, how do you get rid of candida overgrowth? All right, candida is yeast, for those of you who don't know. Yeast needs to be cut with a strong we should say antacid. Okay. Now, Bragg apple cider vinegar does that pretty well, especially mixed in water. 8 ounces of water, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. That'll do it. Baking soda also has the same effect. Even though it's a base, it still gets rid of candida. Now, if you want to get rid of candida, stop eating dairy and and that includes everything: yogurt, milk, butter, everything, especially for the first 30 days. Now, you can go back to it after that, but because then your normal flora should have built back up to the point where you start taking control again. Here's what you also need. Make sure you get some probiotics. You see, the billions of microorganisms that are in my intestine right now, you want them there because what they're doing is helping you digest. Some things that you eat and put in your mouth, your intestinal lining cannot digest those, but your bacteria can, meaning that you get an effect from that. If you can't break down certain things in your body by the bacteria, they pass right through your system, or the poison enters your blood and then you feel awkward. You have brain fog, you have headaches, all right? You have these rashes breaking out on your skin. It's a lot of things that go wrong if you can't process the way you're supposed to process. Now, that's why I'm big on probiotics and stuff like that, because it'll give you your normal flora back that are right here in your gut. And guess what? You can now digest and get everything you need as far as your nutrients, and therefore you can live as long as healthy as you possibly can. Okay, good enough. Okay, we got that one. He says, look up my hero, Bernardo LaPaulo. All right, so I love it. I love it. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Cynthia's helping people out. I love it. Thank you, Cynthia, for answering some of those questions. How do you get, oh, we got it. Okay. So yes. Me too. 120 over 130. Want to reverse aging, stop eating. 1 or 2 meals a week will do it. Okay, so Brother D Nubian. All right, throwing out some advice there. All right, I don't know if that's advice or if that's a question. So I think he's talking to somebody else. Okay. Frenchie said, hell, I'm almost 60 and I feel great. All right. That's what I'm talking about, Frenchie. All right. To tell you the truth, I feel like a teenager. I feel like I am really just in the prime. Okay. I feel like it better than I did when I was in high school. I can lift more. I'm more active. Even though I was playing basketball back then, I am still super active now and going to the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I just feel like I can do stuff and I love it. And I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm not trying to get injured, but I am trying to build myself up a little bit. I'm trying to get a certain look. I'm trying to, do some things, round off my butt so my wife will have something to feel on. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So I love it. Love it. Okay. Now, it's almost been 30 minutes. I know we usually spend 45 minutes on here, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to go. Okay. Me and my wife have to go out right now because we got to meet some friends. Okay. So I love it because I met you guys first. So I really do consider you guys friends because I see you guys on such a regular basis. And I really do feel like you guys care about your health. You actually show tremendous support, even if you never bought one thing from me. All right, don't feel like you have to buy anything in order to do it. If you want to support me, that's fine. I got little programs where you guys can send money or whatever. But I don't. Just your appreciation is enough, and I really do appreciate you guys for coming in, stopping by, showing love, giving your comments, asking your questions, because it makes me feel good that I can help. At least I can help. All right. If I can't do anything else, I just want to help. So that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. I might not have gotten to everybody's question. I will be back on here next Friday, Saturday, one of those days, because I want to make sure that I know, because I cut this one short, I want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered. Think of some, okay? If you guys come up with a question during the week, don't forget it, write it down. So when you come back to the webinar, you can just pull out your little sheet of paper, all right, and you can do it, okay? So I just want to make sure, if you guys have not already, the links for the supplements that I showed you guys are right below this video. So if you guys want to try out anything that we were talking about as far as the gray hair going away, or as far as flushing your body out with toxins with a natural substance that your body naturally makes, that link is in the description also, okay? So if you guys have not seen the book yet and you don't have it, it's called Eat Butter, Smoke Marijuana, Kill Cancer, and Live to 100. Yes, that is my book. I wrote it, and I got some tremendous stuff in here about getting rid of cancers and helping with diabetes and helping with endometriosis and just a couple of other conditions in here you might find useful, especially for some of your family members, okay? So that is it. I am out of here. I thank you guys for stopping by. I'll shout you out, though, before we get out of here. I'm going to say goodbye to June. Brother D Nubian, thanks again, and happy birthday again, brother. All right, Frenchie, thank you for coming in whenever you get a chance. I know you do. All of you do. Therese Jones, okay. Wait a minute. What does that say? Jose? All right. dish. Yes, there you go. Okay, we got Cynthia Friedman, of course. Cynthia, hopefully, Cynthia, I'll try to call you up this weekend if I can. Okay, June Robinson, thank you for jumping in here. I love it. All right, thank you, June. Here we go. Amina, thank you for asking questions in here today. Who else did I have in here today? Oh, man, you guys had a good conversation. Sharon's Poetry Corner. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Lakiba, sorry, I didn't see you the first time. Lakiba, back in the house. Very nice. Okay. Adrian Ramirez, gotcha. Lakiba, yes. Binyamin, all right, very nice. Binyamin, thank you for coming by. And Isan, very good. So we got people from all around doing some things and actually coming to the chat. We got people from overseas. We got people from Barbados. We got people from all around the United States and New York and Texas and Las Vegas. I mean, we are just spreading out. So if you guys get a chance, please do what you're supposed to do. Question. If you don't learn anything else, question. All right, I'll talk to you later. This is Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. And give your significant other, your girlfriend, your spouse, just give them a kiss, give them a hug. Let them know that you care. Because sometimes a hug can boost your immune system. It can release endorphins, and it will minimize stress. Okay, so that's it for me. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you, and have a good Friday. All right, later.